Hey, Richard. Welcome to Monday morning's What's New live stream.
Yeah, and it was kind of a surprise on me this morning. It's funny. I saw the release come out Friday. I pretty much knew we were going to do this on Monday, and this was one of the first weekends I never even logged into my computer. Luckily, I got up early enough this morning to see your message and was able to jump in the shower real quick, make myself presentable, and here we are at the live feed.
Wow,
So,
just like Clark Kent, it's like you're called to duty, and and you become Superman.
Well, and the other thing about this is I'm going to be just as surprised as everybody else because, like I say, I saw the note in the forums real quick on Friday, but it was summer Friday and it was
Yeah.
time to go, and
I was at the beach when
so yeah, I didn't really take a look at it. So I know you have the inside scoop here, so I'm glad that you're here to show me what's happening.
Absolutely. This is just without a shadow of a doubt, a massive update. And I don't think anybody expected like this level of update in the middle of the summer. This is like a full release. I mean, this is like a release that you see for like a big yearly CAD update. There's a lot of stuff in this and some groundbreaking, revolutionary items as well. And what I thought I would do is I would try to actually draw something mostly. Not all the updates will be related to one thing I'm going to draw on the screen.
Sure.
But to kind of help understand some of the improvements, because some of them are very powerful, deep, kind of esoteric kind of improvements that are not like your father's CAD system.
Great. I can't wait to see these.
So hopefully I'm not overhyping it, but I'm pretty confident. I talk to customers every day. I do demonstrations, and some of the questions that I get are actually solved by some of the stuff that was here. So
outstanding.
Without further ado.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is not the biggest thing, but it depends on who you are, right? I shouldn't say what the biggest the best thing is because I'm different than you and you care about different things. But the thing that I think I'll start with is the inclusion of Bezier curves as a new way of sketching, a new sketch object in the sketcher that goes beyond what is possible with the regular splines that we've had in Onshape the whole time, right? Some people in other CAD systems, for example, in SolidWorks, they have a thing called style spline, for example, or a box spline. So that's really what this is. And what I'll do here is I will add my thing to the screen here, and I'll just be in a sketch here. And I'm going to do my famous coffee grinder that I've done about 1 million times, but I'm going to do it differently. So I'm going to make this 5 by 4 inches right now. And usually what I would do to try to make this shape of this coffee grinder that I usually make all the time is draw a regular spline, and I would like click here, and click here. And then you get these control points. Yeah. And I would like drag and drop them to kind of get it, looking like this, right? And, maybe I'll turn these into construction lines with the letter Q, keyboard shortcut. But that gives me a pretty pleasing shape. But when I look at the curvature continuity, you see that? Ooh. You got this like little impingement point right here because of the math, right? So that's, it looks mostly fine, but if you're like one of these industrial product designers that don't want to see those light jumps, right? Because that's what the curvature control shows, right? That's going to be something that's let me restore that. That was actually I don't know. That's a little power tip there. If you like accidentally close out a sketch, it gives you 10 seconds.
Yep, I have used that quite often.
Okay.
Hey, we've got a guest joining us this morning too, Norman Robinson from the Bermuda Islands. Ooh.
Hey, Bermuda, that's a great place to go. I've never been, but from Boston, where I am, it's a pretty easy place to get to, from what I understand. So it's direct flights, direct cruises. It's a pretty close island for us, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, I'm out here in the desert, but we have a whole bunch of new islands out here in
Really?
Lake Mead.
Oh, shoot. Yeah,
They-
that's right. I've been hearing about some of these islands for sure. Yeah, some bad deals in Vegas, perhaps. I'm not sure, but
Yep.
but greetings, Norman. Welcome. Glad you're joining us. But anyway, let me reconstruct, that spline. And in fact, I might not even go about creating a box ahead of time, because the way this spline tool works, you might even only draw half of the geometry for the base of what you're making. So like maybe I'll draw this, and this will be 5, and this will be 2, right? 2.5, or and I'll use the style spline, or not the style spline, bezier
whoops.
spline. My apologies. But if you look at this, it's giving you much greater control over how you're constructing your spline. You see how that, it gives you this box,
Yeah.
right? And then I can, modify it, work with it, of course, show the curvature as I'm working on it real time.
Oh, that's nice.
Very nice to see,
Yep.
right? You can also apply, constraints. Maybe I want to make that vertical, right? And you can see we're still getting a little bit of a pinch point. So I want to, adjust something until that looks like it's going to be pretty perpendicular here now, right? So that's going to be a much better experience. Of course, I would move this, right? So let's actually do something with this. I'll extrude it just for now. Nothing too fancy, and then mirror the thing. And this is the first time I've done this. First time reaction. So I'm just doing this based on what I've heard, and everything. But that looks like a pretty nice shape. Let me turn on the curvature visually. Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, yep.
Beautiful curvature going right across there, and that was very little effort to get to that point. Normally, you'd be creating lots of construction geometry to get to this point, where that surface blends across very nicely. And I wonder if this works too. No promises. Choker. Oh yeah, look at that. It's much nice, better, isn't it? So the other splines weren't bad. They're normal splines. Every CAD system has them, but the Bezier curve type of spline is really purpose built for the world of industrial design, making sure light reacts to things properly, the way curves flow. Looks pretty good.
Another tool in my arsenal as I attempt to learn surfacing.
Yes.
Hey, John McClary has joined us this morning.
Top of the morning,
and he says morning, guys.
Yes, morning to you as well. I tend to drop consonants or syllables, not consonants. Yeah. Cool. So that is nice. Something that is very exciting. And now I've been doing this all on my version timeline, right?
Yep.
And of course, you can create your versions on the fly, all that stuff. And I'll create a branch. And I'm going to create a branch called style. And create another branch. Call this design for manufacturability. Right. And on this one, I know that this thing needs to be shelled out, and I need other things that are related to it. Maybe I need a cover for this coffee grinder. I'll make it as a new part. This is a terrible representation of my normal demo, but I'm just riffing on the fly here.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're kind of time limited this morning. I think you're doing a great job, Michael.
Thanks. And then shell both of these. Let me just make sure this is yeah, there we are. We'll shell that as well. Just include it in the shell. One shell, 2 parts, which is pretty nice.
Yep.
Right? That's multi-part modeling at its finest. So we have this shape. I've been doing the design for manufacturability. Then I might want to adjust the style, in another branch, right? Because I'm trying to come up with different ideas on the styling of this. It's kind of boring and drab right now. So, I'll just use a Bezier curve for this instead of my normal spline that I would use in the past. Oh, I clicked a little too soon.
So Parvez has joined us, and he likes the Bezier curve for tracing and says, thanks, guys. So we'll thank our developers for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it's a good point to I keep skating out of that thing. First thing Monday morning demo without trying this ahead of time. All right. How do I confirm this without closing it? Wouldn't do it. And sketch wouldn't do it. And closing that wouldn't do it. I'm probably like really... All right, you know what? Let me just go back to this one for this purpose. All I'm trying to do... Wow. Apologies. My mouse is a little jumpy for some reason. Maybe the stream is...
yeah, I've seen some issues myself with that.
Yeah, I'm having trouble ending my splines, and I don't know...
That's weird.
I don't know why. I can't hit enter, and I can't escape, because if I escape it, it kills it. What did I do here to make this work? I began and closed it at one point.
Yeah.
Make sure I can close one of these. I can close one of these. All right. Oh.
Huh.
Okay. Sorry, I'm, Monday morning demo.
Yeah.
All right, let's just make sure it works with the style spline. Okay, we're good.
There we go. All right.
I am
John's
terrible.
Yeah, John's having some fun with this.
Yeah, I'm glad. Oh my gosh, I'm fired. Yes, thanks, John. All right. So sorry. All right, so I'm gonna split these surfaces right here. I'm gonna split this face with this curve, right, and that gives me the thing that I can push things out with. Of course, I need to make sure I pick the other face on the other side. If I want to go all the way around, I do that. And I just pop out some surfaces, right? I'll just use the move face tool to make this, right? So I have some styling on this crazy looking thing. Now, that's called part 1. We'll rename that to base. And we'll also make a drawing. Base. So I'm doing a bunch of things like this on purpose. And the reason is because I'm going to talk about our new branching and merging methodology that's been released. So
yeah. Now, like I say, I wasn't really prepared this morning, but I have seen this. I've got to see this internally at some company presentations, and it is really cool.
Yeah, it really is. You're going to be able to essentially selectively merge what you want to bring in to a design brand or a workspace, right? So I can right click on any of these branches and merge, and it will tell me, what the ramifications are, of this, right? So, it's showing me that changes in main, there are no changes. Changes in DFM, of course, I made changes, and I can replace, this. Now, that's the only change in this one, so that's not a big deal. What if I did style? Right, I have a couple of things now because there's a part studio and a drawing. A lot of people didn't realize that when you merge, it's actually merging the whole document. It's not just merging the features that you're working on, right? It does merge features, but it will also merge tabs. And how it merges tabs is by, replacing essentially, one with another. But you didn't really have much control over that prior to this change in this implementation. So across the top of the screen, you see, what default choices you want to work with, right? So if I want to keep main, right? Now, obviously, that would be kind of silly in this case because
you made a bunch of changes.
If I had made a bunch of changes in main and a bunch of style, now I can pick and choose which tabs I want to pull in, especially when you're relating to things in drawings and assemblies. This comes in, even with other items like photos and attachments. This will work with as well. So maybe I'm not ready to include the drawing, right? So I just keep. So you see the drawing is not here in my tab list at the bottom.
Yep.
And because I didn't decide to merge that, right? So this is a very simple example of that. I think we came up with a better one for the What's New video, a little more complicated. But I got to credit the UX team to developing this cool chess set. I took it and updated it a little bit for the demo here, but it's a very, very powerful thing that allows you now to have much greater knowledge about how to branch merge. We were hearing that a lot of people were afraid to merge because they didn't know exactly what was going to happen, right?
Yep. And now they do.
Yeah.
And now they get to choose what happens.
They get to choose what happens, right?
Yep.
Now, remember, this is at a tab level only. You're not going to selectively merge features at a feature level. Okay. So that's one thing I just want to make sure everybody understands is that we're not selectively merging features, right? You still have all the same rules of creating 2 or 3 branches of a part design to, if you wanted to selectively kind of merge in features, you selectively branch essentially,
right?
For those kind of feature changes. And that's all part and parcel of Agile product design and Git based software kind of management. It's the same way you would do it there. I think here is, this gives us just some more control, more visibility, and it's a good thing.
Yep.
So.
All right. So what else do we have?
Yeah. What else do we have? Let's, back to some more sketching things. A little while ago, we included the ability, if I just go back and edit this, the ability to trim with like a power buzz trim, right? But so there's like these leftover sketch boogers. I think I stole that from somebody. I heard it at a SolidWorks World presentation. I can't remember who coined that term, but I love it. But another way of cleaning those up is to use the trim tool. See, I can just buzz right through those extra points that were there from the Bezier curve earlier. And I was able to clean those up. Sometimes it's just easier. It feels good to use a power trimmer like that, right?
Yep, I love it.
So that was an improvement, the ability to clean up those little points in there. Also, next up, let's make something fail here. I know I was failing really hard earlier. I don't know why I couldn't. This option now. But we have a new icon for failed features, essentially, which is helpful. Let me make something that will cause this to be unhappy. Oh, it's too strong. Okay, that didn't. Let's add a fillet that's obviously not going to work.
There we go.
Something like that. And I'm going to put a few of these features in a folder, and we'll call these the ID features. And you see that right here at the top, it's showing here in the corner. See if I can zoom in. I don't know if I can zoom in, but it's showing me the features and it auto filters.
Nice.
Right?
That's the best part right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it auto filters. It even shows it that it's in a folder and that's the actual one that's failing. And then it can, understand what's going on. Some interrogation tools, right? So.
Yep. Very nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's get.
That's one of my favorites so far.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, you're working in a CAD system all day, and you gotta figure out what things go wrong.
Yep. Especially when I'm running the CAD system.
Let's see what's next. Let's go to let's build an assembly. And I'll insert a part or two here. Actually, I didn't merge my DFM stuff in there yet, so let's do that. That way I get both parts. I'm looking for a bomb. I'll insert something else just for the heck of it. We'll make this a Raspberry Pi powered coffee grinder. Okay.
Yeah, we've got a couple other guests that have joined us today. Luis Carlos, I think he's looking for I'm not sure what the bomb diameter means, but if you could clarify that for us, Luis, we'd see if we can answer that question. And Tristan would like some colorblind friendly options for the failed features.
I agree, because I'm colorblind, Tristan, as well. We did change the color of them to make them stand out slightly more. And that's why we've been doing a lot of these other kind of things to do these feature failures. Cause I somebody can tell me that this is red, but I still can't quite tell personally. It's a very, very light look. So I agree. Anything we can do to help there, please submit a ticket. The more people that request that, the more we can get to it. But anyway, let's.
Where were we?
BOM stuff. Yes. So sorting the BOM content is going to be a little easier now. So if I go over here, we see our BOM. We have. Let's do a structured BOM. Here's we'll call this the cover. That's assembly 3 because that's what it was named in the other document. But you notice. Let's see. I could just double click right here to sort on that. Now it looks like it'll work on a lot of things. So let's try this. If I wanted to, let me insert a released version of something. I don't know if I can in this company. I may not have anything like that. See if I have anything released. I don't think I have anything released, but I probably have some stuff that I can sort other things on. So I can sort on name, sort on item number. It looks like I could sort on other properties. Like what I was trying to do is try to find something with something that was released.
Released, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find anything here. Just do a search through here for parts that are in the state of released. Oh, I do. Okay.
All right.
Use this little Broadcom component Rev B. Little tiny part. But there's a Rev B. There's a released. Oh yeah, that's great. Yep. Now I can sort on that too. I can sort on Rev. Not that.
So
that
pretty much every column, right? Except item
material
number.
Doesn't look like it because that's kind of different data for us. Unit of measurement. It looks like quantity. So just about everything.
Yep.
All right, that's good. I'm
Very
glad
nice.
It works on that's one that I'll use a lot here just because I like to parse my data based on what's released, what's not. Right. So that's great. All right. Next thing up is another big one, another big, huge one that people have been asking for. And I think it's been implemented really well. And I'm not going to steal my thunder too much. Let's just make something. Okay. I am going to create a piece of sheet metal.
Really?
Yes. So we're going to thicken this into, we'll give it an 1/8 inch gauge thickness, K factor, 0.45, got our relief setting. So we got our first piece of sheet metal here. And, of course I want to, add a flange, around the corners here. But I might not want that flange to go all the way to this edge, right? So what we'd have to do in the past, okay, is use the move face tool, which is really cool that we could do this because the move face tool will allow you to build out that, partial that.
But but in all actuality, that's kind of a workaround.
Yeah. So let's go to the, if I just go back to the original flange that I put in here, there's a partial flange option now.
Nice.
Yeah, and it works, per chain or per edge. So I can say, I want it to be a 2-inch insert like that. I could do I could edit the second bound separately by 1 inch. You can go up to entity with offset. So if I wanted it to be up to this entity for whatever reason, let's see. Oh, that's what it's doing. Yeah. This edge is going up to here. Yeah. And I could do the second one the same way.
Very nice. I like this one. Tristan likes this one a lot. He says this is the best part of this update. So
excellent. Everybody has their own favorite. So.
Yep.
Let's just see how this works with, if I change the angle of this bend. Oh yeah, that looks nice.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, good. Life is good.
Yep.
Got
Nice
this
little relief there.
nice relief.
Beautiful.
It looks nice in the flat pattern, of course. It's
Of course.
a proper drill, right? That's like if
Yeah.
you had a punch press, you could punch these corners, right?
Yep.
That's why we picked that round corner option. So it is what it is, and it
Very
works.
cool.
And it works
Partial
really well.
flange. Yep.
And it will work with, everything, that you would expect it to. So
Sure. Outstanding.
There's a few other kind of surfacey ones. If I go back to my awful looking grinder here.
I think it looks great.
All right, it's not that bad actually. Clamped end conditions for ruled surface. So that sounds a little funny, but a ruled surface,
that went right over my head. But let's see what it does here.
So let's see. I'll go to Michael Falkensteiner's video of it because it will explain it better, I think. I'll mute it. And I'll go full screen here. So here's one of these situations again where I kind of noted the curvature continuity not going across the surfaces well.
Yep. So
this one was created with a ruled surface and then mirrored to the other side, right? So in this case, we can edit the ruled surface. A ruled surface is like one of these power tools that just do lots of different things. It's like a utility player in baseball, essentially. So the ruled surface here allows you to have a better end condition choice. Let's just pause it at that choice so we can see what Michael did here to make this work. We're using cubic interpolation.
Oh, yeah, of course.
So you have to be like
we should always use cubic interpolation.
If you look at some of the higher like CAD tools out there, like NX and CATIA and stuff like that, they'll talk in terms like this.
Yeah.
So I think, this is essentially what it is. It's it's the actual mathematical, term for what's going on.
I don't know. It just looks like magic to me. So I'm gonna go with that. It's just
I got you. I'm with you. So yeah, it's essentially better tools now, better tools to help you create better surfaces.
Nice.
Another option, center assembly patterns, right? We have the ability now to create an assembly linear pattern. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Oh, let's replicate. Here's linear pattern.
Nicholas is tuning in on LinkedIn this morning. Hi, Nicholas. And he really likes the ruled surface with the clamped ends.
Yeah, it's really a good, powerful tool for sure. Thanks for that.
And doesn't think many other CAD programs can do this. I'm gonna go along with that because
in the lower end of CAD systems, it's definitely not something you'll find. But yeah, this is a powerful command, and we know our Onshape users want to build the coolest, best, most modern stuff out there.
Yep.
Plain see the pattern here, centered pattern for assembly is pretty cool. Well, so
it
works with
and
direction.
Did you do something while I wasn't watching? I was over here reading Nicholas's note.
Yeah, I'm just creating patterns galore centered. So you can start in the middle and like create patterns in all directions outward. So that's what this is.
Excellent. That's what I've been looking for a long time.
Nice.
Yep.
Keep tools for Boolean union. So this comes up when you use a Boolean operation to create geometry. Like if you wanted to use the fluid, using the same, you had the same kind of reference geometry tools for creating the bottle as well as creating the fluid. Yep. And sometimes you just want to do a Boolean union, but also keep the tool. It's not the end of the world. You could have found
the
a way
union
around
option
it.
of the Boolean feature.
Let's turn that off. Michael sounds good, but here we are.
And welcome, Jonathan. Thanks for joining us on YouTube.
Hey, Jonathan. But yeah, so we're able to just keep the tools. One less step, in your feature tree. It's just, makes it much more reliable, powerful when you're doing your rebuilds and updates and things. New GD&T symbols. Well, that sounded funny. New geometric dimensioning and tolerancing symbols.
There we go.
Sorry, a little blah, blah, blah there. So if you need to call out a geometric tolerance frame that calls out spot face and continuous as options, then you can do that. And just to show you where it is, I'll just play Michael's thing here. Oh, it's Jake. Jake, my colleague Jake, made this video. Jake Delano.
Yep, there we go.
Spot face.
Hey, Eduardo is back. He's joining us from Spain this morning.
I
guess he's joining us from Spain this evening.
Yes, Buenos Tardes. Or not quite Buenos Noches yet, but very good.
Yep, real nice.
All right. This one is a powerful one here, though. The putting flag notes on drawings. You know, we have customers that need to make professional drawings, right? And part of a professional drawing is calling out notes with flags that point to different things on your drawing, right? So in your notes list, you can easily add all sorts of symbols inline to this. So let's use the robotic dog example here. Funny story, this robotic dog that we had the team make, you know, it's kind of looks like, you know, there's a bunch of these projects out there on the internet to make these ROV or kind of dogs. This one's about the size of a Chihuahua, so it's not anything to be scared of. It's got
while we're here, you know, I've been I was a longtime draftsman since I was 18 years old. Do you know that the note that appears on the drawing the most often over the years?
What is that? Remove burrs.
Remove all burrs and sharp edges.
Yeah, that's the most common one for sure. Yep. There's the flag note call out right there is a in the call out section. That's where you find it. So you can use you can put those call outs right on a balloon call out.
Nice.
Which is quite nice.
I love drawing enhancements. Always. Yep.
Yeah, so this works really well.
Huh? Lewis is joining us on LinkedIn. He says he loves the partial sheet metal flange, and he was modeling yesterday when he realized he could do it. I guess that's what he's saying there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Yeah. Thanks, Lewis. Yeah. It's awesome when like you're in the middle of a session, you have a tool you didn't recognize before, you know.
John loves any parametric note. I love any parametric anything.
Yes. Let's see. What do we want to show next? I think the format painter.
Format painter. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, you know instantly what that is. So I want to try it.
Yeah, got to.
Yeah. All right, we'll go back to my other branch where I had that drawing.
And now this just works in drawings?
Yeah, just drawings. So, you know, I'll do a couple other things here. We'll stick a dimension here. We'll stick a note. Remove burrs and all sharp corners. Wider. And we'll give it a number 1. Two. Do not. I've seen that one before too. That's usually down here somewhere, actually. Anyway, so we're going to go to here. We'll change. We use the new style option.
There we go.
Yep. For a little while, right? And we'll make this, we're going to go crazy, right? We're going to put a text gap of 5. We're going to go throw the standards out the window.
Ouch. That hurts.
I know. So let's see. Format painter. How would I even find it? Let's see. Well, let's look at the video. There it is. It's an icon right here, and you select the annotation. Then you select the next one, and it becomes that. Yep. Okay, so let's do it.
Works like it should.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Right there it is. Paintbrush right over here. Format painter. I want this one, and I'm gonna go to that one. And it will only do what it can do, obviously. So it actually worked with that note, which was pretty cool.
Right.
Yep. It just changed.
And it was continuous, so you don't have to constantly go back.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Hey, we got a couple more questions. I think this one's for you, Michael.
Okay.
From Nicholas. Welcome, Nicholas. Greg teases us in the image with well, you can go ahead and read that.
Yeah. Bezier curve with new curvature visualization tool. It has the option display control point grids. Display the control point grids. All right, let's go back here. I mean, I thought I was displaying the grid here, but let's just draw another one here. I mean, I think that's the grid is this frame that is around it. And we're displaying that frame, but maybe I'll have to read Greg's comment a little bit more, because Greg is very well versed in this topic.
Yeah, one of the most well versed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to look at that, Nicholas, and see if I can find out some more.
Teases us in the image. What does the image look like? I think he might be referring to the image in the forum there.
Let's see. Well, let's go into the forum notes here, and we'll search for Greg. Simon here. And I'll just play this video quickly. It's not a long video, but I'm pretty sure any grid that I'm knowledgeable about, it relates to the frame, the box around the spline that you're creating. So that's the grid that I think that he's talking about, but I could be wrong. But you notice that Greg or Michael Falkensteiner, who is putting together this video, you're able to add all sorts of relations, make it.
Yeah, that's nice.
You want, dimension it, right?
Yeah, from what I understand, when ID guys are working on parts and projects like this, they're not overly concerned with dimensions.
Oh, here we go.
But constraints are important.
Control grid points on show curvature. All right, let's look at that. Let's show the curvature. And we're not.
Okay, now Nicholas is saying he saw an image in Greg's LinkedIn post.
Okay.
Well, let me see if I can just find that.
Yeah, take a peek. Yeah. Oh, that's the 2D curvature. That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, actually, Nicholas, if you have a link to that post, I'd sure appreciate it if you could throw it in the comments.
Let's see. Show curvature. Yeah, it might have been something that didn't make it, perhaps, into the final release. Yeah, that could happen. So, because I'm not seeing the options. Maybe I'm not picking the options correctly for control point grid. Oh, I forgot that you could pick a whole face like that. Yeah, not seeing it. I'll have to look it up too. But if you find that, Richard, just let me know. All right, what else?
I'm doing my best.
All right, we showed BOM, we showed clamped end conditions, centered option, keep tools, GD&T symbols, flag notes in the format painter. Here's another one for you, Richard, on drawings. The dimension style panel now is a place where you can go in and select whether you want the dimension line showing on a radial or diameter.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's important, obviously. Not sexy, but important.
Whoops, I did not want to show that. I want to copy that. Whoops, which I can't do for some reason.
The other thing, we have an Android version of Onshape, so that, they usually get features, maybe a release or two after, where appropriate, where we can add them to the Android platform for Onshape. Of course, all the data is all there and everybody can work, but, some of the tools like the showing the center of mass wasn't available until now. So, just being able to display that graphically in the Android operating system is now available. Same thing for display states. So display states work in the Android environment. So it's pretty cool to, you have all sorts of different computing devices that you can run CAD on, or Onshape on, I should say.
Yep.
There's not any other CAD systems that run on Android that I know of. But if you have an Android tablet or phone, those devices are very cool. Many different varieties of Android devices are available to work on, and they're not that expensive. Well, some of them can be. I mean, you get like
My phone wasn't cheap.
Yeah. Oh, you're an Android guy.
Yeah. I got that special deal, where you get the phone for free.
Yeah.
But you have to sign up for 2 years worth of service.
Right.
That just drives me crazy.
I can see how that would.
Who knows what's going to happen in 2 years?
Let's see. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how big your assembly is. I'm reading some of the notes here. So,
yeah.
Jonathan, so definitely, let us know if that's an issue and submit a ticket. Maybe there's something that's wrong that could be fixed. If your Android phone is not able to take the memory resources of Onshape, it shouldn't need that much. But
yeah.
But yeah, I would encourage you to open a support ticket, even if you think it's something that's phone related or device related. iOS also received a minor improvement, but it also helps us do many other things. We switched the way we do our context menus in iOS in this update, so they may look a little different. You'll actually see icons next to them where available now, and it just respects the iOS style guide. Essentially, we're using iOS functionality versus our own self-written functionality to display the menus. That's essentially what's happening. Of course, wouldn't be an Onshape update without improvements in the Learning Center as well, right, Richard?
Yep. I see some updates to the assembly course, and is that a new document management course? Nope.
That's in there, but it there's obviously updates to Onshape which require updates to the training courses. Sometimes we have new courses as well.
Yep. Like frames, for instance. I mean it's not brand new, but it's new this year. So
exactly. So keep up to date on the courses. Check out those on your own. A lot of good comments in this update. Over the weekend, partial flange is receiving a lot of upvotes here. Bezier curves, bomb sorting.
Yeah, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to pop over to the forums and read all of the comments, because that's one of my favorite things as well.
Yeah. I decided to do this on Twitch this time too. So
nice. I have never been on Twitch.
Apparently it's working because it's showing me that I'm talking right now. So
nice.
I dare not hit the play button. I might tear a hole in space.
Well, that's a really, really good update. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I'm kind of partial to the partial flange myself. I think that's a really good one.
I think we even added something to the render studio that didn't even make it into the list.
Really?
Yeah, I need an assembly actually for this one. So let's do a world premiere of this one. So in Render Studio in this update, I believe we'll see if
we're going to find out
if this came to fruition or not. We live on the edge on this live stream. All right, I'm just sticking a Render Studio into my very basic grinder here. And one thing about the appearances that drove me a little nuts was that the appearances, every time you dragged and dropped an appearance onto a face, you could actually get a list of all of the appearances that you would use, right? In your design, right? So, that was a blank assembly. I really screwed up on that.
Hard to render those. They come out the same every time.
I know. We'll just use this part studio. Oh, good gosh.
Monday morning, it's early. It's a surprise live broadcast. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. All right, let's do some aluminum matte wrinkled foil on that part. And I had more parts, it would make a lot more sense on this one, but we'll do acrylic. Plastic of some sort. Top. And if I go to if I get out of this, you'll see under here, there's scene appearances.
Yep.
And these apparently are all of the appearances in my model. The default appearance will always be there. This one is, the first appearance that was there on the part when it imported. And this is the second appearance. So that was this is the cover. You can see it highlighted.
Yep.
That was the base right here, if it lets me pick it. And then the third one was the one I added to this part, and the fourth one was the one I added to the top. Now you can rename these, and I can call that the cover. And it's a really good idea to do this because...
Oh, absolutely. In fact, it was at the Women Who CAD user group meeting where I learned that you can rename these. And it's even easier. You can rename it in the side panel. You don't even have to go and right click.
Really?
Yep.
Look at that. So you...
Yeah, I meant in the right side panel. The selection panel. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Base.
Yep.
There.
You just click there, and
very nice. Thank you.
Yep.
User group's teaching me. This is good. Now, the thing that they improved was if you have a whole bunch of materials that you're adding and they're all the same material, they should essentially get, they'll stay with of course, I could use this appearance and drag and drop it from here, I think, right?
Sure. Yep.
So that makes it easy to kind of standardize on what you have, but it shouldn't keep creating duplicates of appearances like it used to.
Yep.
Nice. That's the improvement. So a little easier to sort through that list. But that was the only other thing I think that I wanted to share that didn't make it on the main list for any Render Studio people out there.
Great. Well, I can't wait to see, give it a few days. People start using the selective merge, especially, and we'll get some comments on that. And I can't wait to get in there and try that partial sheet metal flange and a couple of the drawing improvements as well. So,
yeah. Great. Well, I think.
All right. I think that's it.
That's fit to print.
All that's fit to print. And look at that. We ended it just in time to go to one of our meetings that we have every Monday morning. So
yes. Yeah.
Yep. Well, thanks to everybody that joined us on the live stream. We sure appreciate that. We've got an episode dropping this week, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, Thursday, where we talked to some of our interns, some of the Onshape interns, and we had some really interesting discussions with that. We also talked.
Yeah, the interns were responsible for selective merge, by the way.
Exactly.
That didn't happen until the interns joined us this summer.
Yep.
And they just knew how to do it and did it.
Yep. So take a look on Thursday. Watch for the Innovators Insider podcast to drop, and listen to what some of our interns have to say. Some very interesting stories. We also have a very interesting model of the week, the orrery model. So.
Oh yes, a good story behind that too. Yeah.
Yep. And we've got the creator, so you won't want to miss it. Yeah. All right, Michael.
It's Thursday.
Yep. Well, thanks for putting everything together and waking me up this morning. Actually, I woke up on my own, but I really woke up when I saw your email. So
yep, sorry about that. It's the fact of life. You never know when the Onshape update's going to hit.
That's right. All right. Thanks again, everybody.
All right. See y'all later.